one other thing that where there's actually spread of wrong information as well. Um, I'm single because I want to be single. I've never wanted a relationship in my life, and I've dumped everybody I've ever gone out with, which is why they don't have any decent thing to say about me. Because I never dumped them because anything was wrong. There was no argument. There was nothing. I just walked out because I never wanted a relationship. I can go right back. So, I mean, I have always dated guys. That's right. I mean, even in high school, Sam Page, I used to meet up for coffee with and date. I've never had sex, of course, I was young. But even in what's it, TAFE College. I'm trying to think of what Chris's last name is. So TAFE College in 1996, I used to meet up with this guy. He had a boyfriend, but we used to meet up for coffee and lunch, have dates and so forth. So I've always been gay. I just didn't want a relationship. I wanted money and assets and a good life. So relationships, I couldn't see. I always used to find people who chase relationships were very immature, and I find a lot of women chase relationships, and I found that to be so immature. It's like instead of having your life settled and studying and traveling the world and buying a house and having you're chasing a relationship. So that's how I viewed it. Like my mother's so immature, because the way she chases men. So no, I never wanted a relationship. So I did date Sam, another Sam Delati back. So I met Sam Delati. Oh God, I was working at the casino about 6 months before I met him. Um, it would have. Oh, I know exactly when it was. It was the end of Big Brother in 2001. So I started work at the casino in March 2001. When was the end of Big Brother? With that Johnny character, that would have been around August 2001 from my memory. Yeah, good memory. That's when so that's when I first met Sam. We didn't date then. He was still with his boyfriend. We used to hang out. So it was the end. We were going to his place. I was going with Alan Curry as well, and we're going there to watch the finals of Big Brother. So that's August. That's August 2001, right? I've got that right because I know it was winter. So it must have been August 2001. That was the first time I'd ever met Sam Delati in my life was August 2001. Towards the end of the year, I started dating him. So towards the end of 2001. So after August, I started dating him. I broke off with him before my grandfather died in November 2002. So that's less than a year. Although we kept hanging out after that for a little bit, but then had nothing to do with him since 2003. That's the timeline. So you've got late 2001 until November. Let's just use November. Pop died in November 2002, so let's just use that as a final date. Okay, so late. So after August 2001 until November 2002, had nothing to do with since 2003. Other guys I dated, whatever, on the way. In August 2003, I started. It was actually Joey's birthday, which is the 1st of August 2003, was our first date. So Joseph Mena and myself dated August 2003. Okay. Then I separated with him. So I separated with Sam before Pop died in 2002. I separated with Joey Mena the week of my 25th birthday in 2004, so April 2004. And during that relationship, I had left Joseph many times. Even and Joseph will remember, like when I was catching up with Carlos Azzi, who used to own Giotto Cafe in Stanley Street. Then, I went out with John Cabino, so next partner. Oh, in between that, like those dates, for example, who was it? Friggin' Alfio Bonanno, some other guys I dated. Then the first major relationship I had was with John Cabino. We started in the beginning of 2005. Sorry, the beginning of yeah, it was beginning of 2005. Yeah, that's right. Because it was just before my 26th birthday, in 2005, and we'd already started dating and had a relationship. Actually, we were pretty much by my 26th birthday. We were pretty much in a committed relationship. Not pretty much. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. We were in a committed relationship before my 26th birthday. So it would have been, I don't know. I can tell you when we were really made it official was around. Um, well, he started meeting all my family before April as well. Although Dad I was one of the first ones he met. So it would have been about April, because it wasn't when did Pope John Paul die? April 2005. So it would have been about the beginning of April then as well. So look, we really, that was it. We're together then. And I left him a couple of times in our relationship, and then I left him permanently in, what was it? Just after, oh, actually, it was September. I left him in September 2008. I was like, no, that's it. We're fine. He did try to get back with me in 2009, but I moved on. Like he did. He was messaging me and going, I'm here at your front door. I want to try and work it out. But so I've left all my relationships. I left the guy after that, Geo. Geo was the last relationship I had. So I left Geo officially in April 2015. So I've dumped every single guy. I've never been dumped. And honestly, if I ever got dumped, I'll be like, okay. Doesn't mean nothing to me. Like even now, it's like, yeah, but I don't want relationships. So I don't know. Like I've always dumped every single guy I've ever gone out with. I've never been dumped ever in my life. I've always been the dumper, and that's why there's so much negative shit said about me. It's like, well, an enemy of an enemy is a friend. You know that thing? That's saying, because it's like, well, of course you've got your nose out of joint with me. I dumped you, but the thing is, every time I left the person, there was nothing wrong. Even when I left John, it's like, why? Like even when I left Gio and I made it official, he's like, but like there was nothing. It's like, but why did you leave him? Like, what was going on? What's wrong with the relationship? I'm like, nothing. No, nothing. I just don't want to be in a relationship. So I dumped him. So it's like, so they don't even know that, like, there was nothing to fix. You can't fix it. You can't work on it. It's like, oh, there's nothing to fix, nothing to work on. It's great. The relationship's great. There's nothing to do. Like, nothing to fix. It's going great. Like, they're going to whinge about me, but, type thing. Like, I've always picked partners that are sensitive, like whinges, bitches. But I don't want to be in it. Don't want to be that with that person. So all these other lies in the last 9 years make no sense either. It's because it's like the same shit. It's like, I like my money and assets too much to have a relationship. Thanks. I've always been single. I don't know where people get their information from. It's like, but I've never been dumped. Well, did people start taking the stuff too seriously from 2016 to 2018? Did they? When I was getting monitored, surveillance, bugged, and privacy invasion? Really? God, that's stupid. But no, I've never been dumped in my life. I don't know what it feels like. For me, but well, I didn't lose any money, did I? That's how I am. Oh, you'll see me yell and scream and be devastated when it comes to money, assets, belongings. Sure, but relationships, like, there's so many people in the world. I can always find another person, but can I go back in time and find, an Art Deco machine age, lamp made by sort of, no, I can't. Can I go back in time and get that beautiful artwork or painting? No, but there's so many people in the world. You can always meet new people, and I've never been any different. That's me my entire life. It's like, oh, well, it doesn't matter. New friends, new family members, new this and that. It's like, I don't care. I find it so easy to move on from people. It's so easy to move on from people. It's not easy to move on from assets, belongings, and money. Money is everything.